the Roblox version of pro wrestling. In pro wrestling, you fulfill your destiny. You win champions, you lose champions. You fulfill your story. It's an emotional roller coaster. You have your ups and you have your downs. And this is all in the good side of pro wrestling. But there's another side. The dark side of pro wrestling. Adrien Black. Once upon a time, he was the self-proclaimed god of pro wrestling, and now he is retired, living his life. At least, that's what he wants you to believe. Adrien Black, known to be in many feds such as NGW, RCW, DXW, VDW, REW, DXPW, and more. If there was a big fed, chances are that Adrian was in it. Adrien Black was a successful pro wrestler and many looked up to him, but that was only on the outside. On the inside, well, here's the real story about Adrien Black. Not much is known about Adrien Black's past, but what is known is that he was continuing the legacy of another pro wrestling legend, Shadow Knight Legacy. Shadow Knight Legacy was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, indie pro wrestler of his time. One day, Shadow Knight Legacy would stop coming online, and not that long after, we would find out why. Shadow Knight Legacy was pronounced to be dead via a car accident. Adrian, formerly known as Evan Empire, also the cousin of Shadow Knight Legacy, would take over Shadow's account with the hopes of keeping his cousin's legacy alive. Over the years, Evan Empire would come up the pro wrestling ranks and would even change his gimmick name from Evan Empire to Adrien Black. After being trained by Chase Galloway, dubbed the God Killer, he would go to RCW to claim the Outbreak Championship, then venture to APRW, even earning an APRW title shot against Brutal Damon at Winter Wonderland, but would fall short. Every time it seemed like he was going to prevail and win the title, he'd fall under pressure and lose the big one. Adrian's main focus would stop being the major feds, but rather the indie feds. There he would dominate the indie scenes, much like his cousin Shadow Knight Legacy. But it was during his indie run that the allegations would start coming to light. In 2024, Adrien Black would later start being accused of beating his wife after she would jokingly say that he would do it to her, leading to many pro wrestlers in the community to bash him. Adrien Black would publicly apologize to everyone, even though it was a joke on behalf of his wife that everyone took serious. Later that same year, two pro wrestlers by the names of Invalid and Jitman would do some investigating and would find out a dark secret about Adrien Black. From this point forward, I will be going off the information given to the public from this Google Doc created by Invalid and Jitman on Adrien Black. Adrien Black is a man that would always act quickly when someone who is caught doing anything with a minor is being targeted. However, it looks like Adrien Black is a target himself. Adrien Black, a very vocal person who would always speak their minds, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. An example of this is when he would be in a call with people and would speak on sexual topics even if there are minors in the call with him. But before we get to that, for you to better understand, let's take it from the top. On August 29th, 2024, fellow pro wrestler Invalid was on a Discord call with a victim that had informed him that Adrian would have some concerning things that Adrian would tell them both on Discord and Snapchat. Invalid would be told that Adrian would speak very sexually during their conversations, making them feel very uncomfortable. The doc would also inform us that a couple of days before making the document, Adrian was speaking to a 14-year-old minor, giving them tips about sex, how to make someone climax, and how to make your semen taste better for another minor. Over time, Invalid would speak with some more people, with most of them having the same conclusions. This is where he would learn that Adrian was a hypersexual person and is very open with his conversation on his sexual adventures, even while minors are in the call. The doc would also state that after WWE WrestleMania 40, Adrian would meet up with a victim who he would go to McDonald's with and eat. But once he dropped her off at her house, Adrian would get out of the car and grab her breasts without consent before leaving. Adrian would also send nudes to others even without consent. It's been put in the doc that he would even try to have a relationship with a minor. Adrien Black has since been kicked from the Raw Wrestling community, not being welcomed back by anyone. It is currently unknown what Adrien Black is doing today, but hopefully Adrian got the help that he needed to make his sick mind get better. Remember, subscribe, like this video, and comment down below on which Raw wrestler I should cover next.